we have here very senior devotee, His Grace Radha Vinod Prabhuji. Prabhuji performs Kirtan and bhajans. Prabhu serves during Janmashtami and is also part of our book distribution team, and that he does temple pujari service. Additionally, Prabhu leads the teens class every Sunday. With that, we will welcome Radha Vinod Prabhu by loudly chanting one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Over to you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna devotees.
Please face this side, all Matajis and Prabhujis, and come forward.
Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to Sunday's feast program. Is my good, Prabhuji? Is this good? Let's do small kirtan for to bring auspiciousness. I don't know. I'm asking here, Arati. Is that good, everyone? Is it audible?
Yeah.
Then fine. Lift.
Here.
Is this good? Okay. No, not good.
We'll put this and check. It's done now.
Hari bol. Hari bol. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari. Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari. Yamuna Tiravanachari. Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari. Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari. Yashodanandana Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna devotees. Welcome back to Sunday Feast program. Today we are discussing about Bhagavad Gita verse, chapter 4 and verse 6. You can pull out from the database. If you have phones, search in your Google browser, database, space BG, space 4.6. It brings up one link. The first link you can open, that's actually opens. In your browser, you can search database, space BG, space 4.6 and search for it. Everybody ready? Okay. अजोपि सन्नव्ययात्मा भूतानाम् ईश्वरोऽपि सन् प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय सम्भवामि आत्ममायया अजोपि सन्नव्ययात्मा भूतानाम् ईश्वरोऽपि सन् प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय सम्भवामि आत्ममायया अजोपि सन्नव्ययात्मा भूतानाम् ईश्वरोऽपि सन् प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय सम्भवामि आत्ममायया. Devotees, I want one from the Mataji side, one from Prabhuji side. Any children are online? Anyone? Ajopi sannavyaatma bhutanam ishvaropi san prakritim swamadhishtaya sambhavami atmamayaya. अजोपि सन्नव्ययात्मा भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन् प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय सम्भवामि आत्ममायया अजोपि सन्नव्ययात्मा भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन् प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय संभवामि आत्ममायया. Anyone else wants to? अजोपि सन्नव्ययात्मा भूतानाम् ईश्वरोऽपि सन् प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय Sambhavami Atmamaya. Nice. Let's go the synonyms. What do we want? Ajaha, unborn. Api, although. Son, being so. Avyaya, without deterioration. Atma, body. Bhutanam, of all those who are born. Ishvaraha, the Supreme Lord. Api, although. Son, being so. Prakritim, in the transcendental form. Swam, of myself. Adhishtaya, being so situated. Sambhavami, I do incarnate. Atma Mayaya, by my internal energy. Translation by His Grace Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Although I am unborn, and my transcendental body never deteriorates. And although I am the Lord of all living entities, I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form. Okay, let's do small prayers to our Guru. You all can join me. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरों श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवाञ्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्विताञ्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तु ते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरीं वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna devotees. Okay. Today we are discussing about chapter 4 and 6th verse. It is talking about Lord's, why actually Lord has taken birth in this material world, right? And it's not the regular birth as our material regular Jivatma birth, right? It's a special birth. So that's what the discussion is going on. And this chapter actually about the transcendental knowledge. Okay, so when the chapter started, Lord is actually saying that I have spoken this transcendental knowledge to earlier to sun god Vivaswan, and he in turn actually instructed this knowledge to Vaivaswata Manu. Then he in turn actually instructed this matter to this knowledge to the Ikshvaku, King Ikshvaku. Okay, so that's what actually started. And the sun is actually have a major role in our universe. Okay, the all planets in this universe actually depending on Lord's sun god actually. Here actually it's very nicely mentioned in the Srimad Brahma Samhita, where Lord Brahma is actually praising about Krishna. While praising, actually he actually referring the sun actually in this particular verse called यच्चक्षुरेश सविता सकलाग्रहाणां राजा समस्तसुरमूर्तिरशेषतेजां यस्याज्ञया भ्रमति संवृतकालचक्रो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. Here Lord Brahma said, let me worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, is Krishna again, who is the original person and under whose order the sun, which is a king of all planets, is assuming immense power and heat. The sun represents the eye of the Lord and traverses its orbit in obedience to his order. So, here Lord Brahma is saying about Lord Krishna. Is saying that the sun is actually getting all his energy and heat from Krishna himself. And the sun is actually king of all planets. And all the universe, all the planets in this universe is depending on the sun's energy. Okay. and the sun is actually rotating in an orbit in the order of actually Krishna. Just by commanding of Krishna, is actually rotating in the proper orbit. Because of that, we are actually able to like sustain in this material world, right? So, and also this is a time actually when Prabhuji was last week talking about Sankranti, Makara Sankranti, right? So when sun enters into Mesha Rashi, that's where actually the Makara Rashi, sorry, not Mesha Rashi, Makara Rashi, it's called Makara Sankranti. Actually, this is very auspicious time. This is the time actually Uttarayanam also started, and it's very, very, very auspicious, and it's also auspicious to remember sun god also. Yeah, and during this time actually, I think next week or some within 2 weeks, I think there is one festival is also coming called Ratha Saptami. Ratha Saptami is actually the sun is actually moving in his Ratha, his basically chariot. So on Saptami days is special for sun actually. It's very important to remember sun god also. And many people in India also they do Surya Namaskaras actually. There is actually event goes on that like so many people come together and they do yoga, and part of that one Surya Namaskara is a famous thing actually. It brings good health to everyone. Okay, so this whole month actually you can remember Surya Narayana. Okay, so here Lord actually given that knowledge first to who? The sun god Vivaswan. Okay, and then Vivaswan is given that knowledge to Manu. His name is Vaivaswata Manu. Okay, who is Manu actually? If you take Brahma's lifespan is 311 trillion years. Okay, and of course he also have 100 years like us, but the time period is different. Okay, 311 trillion human years. Okay, but for him it's only 100 years. Okay, so that 100 years actually again like you divide into by days, it's going to be like maybe 36,000 days, as 360 days are there in a year. So a day is actually also called as kalpa. Within kalpa there are 14 manvantaras. Okay, so the day of Brahma has a day as well as night. Okay, so the day period is also called kalpa, and within that kalpa there are 14 manvantaras. That means 14 manus actually ruling that that period. Okay, right now we are in the seventh manu, and the seventh manu, each manu actually manvantara is also has around 71 um, yugas, like these are Chatur yugas. Okay, Chatur yuga means four yugas together is called Chatur yuga. It's also called Mahayuga. The Kali yuga and Dwapar yuga, Treta yuga, and Satya yuga, these four yugas together is called Chatur yuga, and 71 of these Chatur yugas is called one manvantara. Okay, like that we have 14 manvantaras. We are right now in the seventh manvantara, and the ruler of this manvantara is called Vaivasvata Manu. So Vaivasvata Manu is instructed this knowledge to actually to Ikshvak Maharaj. He is actually son of Vaivasvata Manu himself. Okay, so Ikshvak Maharaj is actually in the dynasty of Surya son dynasty is called. So in the same lineage actually Lord Rama also appeared. Okay, there is a nice actual song sung by one of the famous devotee called Ramadas. Is also called Kancharla Gopana his name, but is also called Ramadas because of his pure devotion to the Lord Ram. Okay, he was from South India, mainly from the Andhra area. So he built a temple for Lord Ram. He's a great devotee, ardent devotee of Lord Ram. So he was arrested for actually using the funds of government to the temple. Actually, he did not use. He actually used it properly, but there's some miscommunication happens. Because of that, the king that time that particular time actually it is ruled by a Muslim king. Because then actually the king arrests him that Ramadasu, and he arrests and he keeps in jail. Okay, that time actually he is singing so many songs about Lord Rama. Is asking to help him. Okay, part of that he sings this song actually. I remembered when it calls Ikshvaku, right? The song goes like Ikshvaku Kula Tilaka ఇకనైన పలకవే రామచంద్ర నువ్వు రక్షింపకున్నను రక్షకుడు ఎవరయ్య రామచంద్ర. The song goes like that. He's requesting actually Lord Rama that Oh, Ikshvaku Kulatigalaka. He is actually referring the Ikshvaku here. So the Lord Rama is actually coming in the lineage of Ikshvaku. So Ikshvaku is the first king of the Surya dynasty. Okay. So in that lineage, actually, Lord Rama is so many times is referred as Raghunandana or Dasharatha Nandana. Is also called actually Ikshvaku Kulatilaka. It's very much referred here. Lord actually Ramadas is requesting Lord Rama to come and help him, right? So otherwise, there is no other way to me. So you come and help him. Actually, Lord Rama and Lakshmana comes personally, and they come in the dream of that king, the Muslim king, and pays off that whole money that actually is whatever it is used to build the temple. He pays all the gold coins are given, okay, to the king, and then in the shocking he wakes up. The king wakes up from the sleep. Then the coins are actually with him at that moment. The moment he wakes up, actually. So Lord Rama and Krishna, Lord Rama and Lakshmana came as a Ramoji and Lakshmoji in different form actually. So they gave that money, and then the king realizes and he relieves actually Ramadas from the jail, and then he understands that he is a great devotee. Okay, so that's about Ikshvaku. So this knowledge actually Lord Krishna spoken to the all these three things. Basically, he has first spoken to sun god, then it has come to Vaivaswan, and it comes to Ikshvaku. Then that's how actually that knowledge is spreaded to down, the knowledge is always coming from the top to bottom. Okay, it's not like science. Science is something going bottom to up, right? So you experiment, and okay, this is true, right? And that's how actually science goes. It's always an experiment theory. It may not be true, it may be true or may not be true, right? After thousands of years knows that okay, this is not true. But the spiritual knowledge, the actual knowledge about the soul is not actually something not experimented. It is given by the creator himself. That Lord Krishna himself is given that knowledge. Okay, so if the knowledge is actually given to the down, as actually knowledge going down, the kings actually this knowledge is given to the brahmanas and kings. So when kings have this knowledge, they would rule the kingdoms very well, so with proper knowledge, right? So what happened over a period of time, the knowledge is destroyed, diminished, it's not actually continued further. So then that's why actually Lord saying that I have spoken this knowledge before, but since it's lost, I am speaking again to you because you are my friend and you are also my great devotee. That's the reason I am speaking it to you. That's what Lord says. Then we can say that what is about this knowledge coming through, right? What is this succession, right? It is supposed to come in succession, but the succession is broken, right? Let's see, what is the importance of this succession, right? Let's say you are so many parents are here, right? We send our kids to school, correct? So when we are about to send our kids to school, what do we see in the school? What do you want actually? What kind of school you want to see? What things actually you want to see in the school before sending your child to school? Prabhuji, anyone? What are the things you want to see in the school? Prabhuji, you want to say anything? Yeah. So you see, basically the school has best teachers, right? And second thing, does it have good environment? My kids are not going to spoil by going there, right? And then what else we see that the environment over there is good, proper tables or chairs or boards or whatever the equipment. This is important. Back in the days when we are studying, when we were in our childhood, the schools are simply under the trees. We used to go and study under the trees. When it is rain, no school. That's it, right? But now we are, as we are advancing materially, we see more and more qualities of the school, and mainly we see mainly not those things. We see actually the school is actually approved by what kind of authority. The authority is more important. Is actually in the back in the India, we have something called state board, or the CBSE syllabus, or international, or those things. These are actually recognized, right? So for this mundane education itself, we are actually thinking of so many things to go there, right? But if you are thinking about spiritual knowledge, you want to go in the spiritual path, then what do you need to see? You need to see certain things, the certain qualities. When you are approaching a guru, what you need to see? you need to see who is this guru. Is he coming from the right uh, path or right lineage or line succession, right succession, right? So that's what is you need to see. Like otherwise it's easy to go in wrong direction. In India right now, there are so many gurus in every corner. All gurus are fake gurus, actually not following any. They come under any kind of succession, right? So you need to make sure that whether the guru is the right guru. Okay, Lord Krishna himself has given this knowledge to us actually. So he has spoken this knowledge actually to four prime deities. Actually, because of that one, there are four Vaishnava Sampradayas established in India. The four Sampradayas called, one is called Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. And the second one is called Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya. And the third one is called Rudra Sampradaya. And the fourth one is called Kumara Sampradaya. Okay. Lord has given this knowledge to four important deities. One is he has spoken this knowledge to Lord Brahma, and then Lord Brahma has spreaded this knowledge. And then recently, 500 years back, Madhvacharya came and re-established this knowledge. Brought actually, that knowledge is there already, but it's spreaded again, So then, so that it came into enlivenment, right? So it's called, that's the reason it's called Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. Okay. ISKCON, we belong to that particular Sampradaya. So Srila Prabhupada, very mercifully, he came at the age of 69 years. At the age of 69 years, nobody wants to come out of the house. Nobody wants their village, right? But out of mercy, he wants to actually serve the souls. He wants to give this knowledge to everyone, like in every nook and corner of this world. So he has taken pain. At the age of 69, he actually came to US by cargo ship. Okay, he actually went through so much pain. Actually, he got 2 times heart attack in the ship. Okay, but in spite that, actually, he has taken that pain and he came. He doesn't know anyone this world actually in US. He just came to just give this knowledge, and he was sitting under a tree and then doing research, chanting. Somehow, Krishna shown mercy and path. Then he has given this knowledge to us. Because of him, right now we are actually sitting here and discussing nicely. And Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So the second sampradaya is called Sri Sampradaya. In the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, the Lord actually spoken this knowledge to Lakshmi Devi also. Okay, Lakshmi Devi's another name is also called Sri. So Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, because of it's called Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya. And the recent years, the Acharya is called Ramanujacharya. Ramanujacharya re-established this knowledge and spread it across in India. Of course, now Sri Vaishnava devotees are there everywhere. Okay, in our community also some of the Vaishnavas, Sri Vaishnava Sampradayas are there, devotees are there. And then third one is called Rudra Sampradaya. Rudra means actually Lord Shiva. The knowledge is given to Lord Shiva also, and he actually spread this knowledge to down to all the generations. Then the recent years is called Vishnu Swami. He actually re-established this sampradaya, and it's actually also prominent, very prominent in India. And the fourth sampradaya is called Sanat Kumara Sampradaya. It's called Kumara Sampradaya. There are 4 Sanat Kumaras. Lord actually spoken this knowledge to Kumaras, and they actually established. Then for recent years, around 500, 600 years, there is an Acharya called Nimbarka Acharya. He actually re-established this one. So this sampradaya is also very prominent. Okay, these are the 4 sampradayas. So when you go to a guru, when you want to really go into the spiritual path, so make sure that who is your guru. Does your guru belongs to one of these sampradaya? Okay, check who is your guru, guru's guru, and guru's guru. That way you can inquire, and that path has to lead to Krishna. Otherwise, that's not a right sampradaya, that's apasampradaya. You are going in the wrong direction. Okay, make sure that one. Okay, so when Krishna said this one, I spoke this knowledge to sun god, then after that, the knowledge is broken, then I'm speaking this knowledge to you again. That's what he's saying, right? Then Arjuna was perplexed. What? Wait a minute. You seem to be born along with me, same as my age. But how come you spoke this knowledge to, the sun appeared million years of back, right? Million years back, right? How come you instructed this knowledge to in the sun, right? Sun god. That was a question actually, right? But if you see that the time of actually the Kurukshetra war. This discussion is happening in the Kurukshetra war, right? The knowledge here is Bhagavad Gita knowledge is speaking to Arjuna, right? So Arjuna and Lord Krishna is actually 89 years old at that time, okay? And Arjuna is 2 years younger than Krishna, and Yudhishthira is 2 years older than Krishna, okay? That's the age that's going on, right? If you see Krishna in any picture or any poster in any temples, you see him like 20 22 years old, younger, right? It's a now Yavvanancha, okay? uh, is very young actually. His body is never actually aging. He stopped at 20 years. But our body, or Arjuna's body, is not like that. We are jivatmas, okay? So the difference between us and Krishna, we are actually same in a way, okay? In the same way. In what way? We are soul. We are part and parcels of Krishna, the supreme soul, right? The qualities wise, it is again spoken in the Brahma Samhita. Lord, Brahma starts Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachit Ananda Vigraha. Three qualities. These three qualities we have and Lord also has. There is no difference. Sat means eternal truth, right? Chit means knowledge, and Ananda means blissfulness. These three qualities we also have, but we are minute. We are part and parcels of the big soul, right? It is like Krishna is ocean, and we are like a drop of that ocean, quality wise. Quantity wise, we are same, but quantity wise, that's a big difference, right? But what is the difference? So the difference is, when he actually comes to this material world, he does not get a material body, but we get material body. We have to actually go through the three modes of material nature. We are influenced by the three modes of material nature, whereas Lord is actually like transcendental. His body, his mind, and his soul, non-difference. It's a transcendental. So when he comes into this material world, he is not influenced by these three modes of material nature. What is the material nature here? Anyone comes into this material world has to get body, and the body has to take birth and grow, sustain, and we become old, and one day you have to leave the body, right? So that's what the nature of the soul. Then after that you will get the another body, right? So it is, I think there's one nice verse, najayate murete va kadachin nayam bhutva na bhaveto na bhuyaha, right? So in this one it is saying that there is no birth, there is no death to the soul, and it's not that it does not exist before, and it's not that it only existed now, it's not that it will not exist tomorrow. It is always, it was existed, it is existing now, and it will exist as a soul. Only the body is getting deteriorated. So the body is changing from the young age to the old age, and then living, deteriorating, and one day we live. That means when we left the body, that is called death, right? Then what happens? Death. Once the death happens, nothing is happening to the soul, right? In this same verse is saying, is not actually diminished. When the body is slain, the soul is not slain. The soul is still active. Then immediately it takes another body, because in this material world, the soul cannot sustain itself. It cannot do activity, any activity. It needs something, some support. That support is actually body, right? So the body, again, the moment the soul takes a body, then the three modes of material nature is influenced. Then of course our memory is also one of them, right? So then Arjuna has this question: how come you actually you are actually spoken this knowledge? Because Lord's is not, body is not like us, right? Our memory is poor, but what's the Lord and Arjuna, both are actually they have companion births actually. Every time they are coming, actually they are coming together. Actually, Lord Krishna and Arjuna, in previous birth, actually they are called Nara Narayana Rishi. Okay, Nara is Arjuna, Narayana is Krishna. Okay, so Lord is actually, Arjuna is always constant companion of Lord, but he forgot everything what happened in the previous birth. But Lord remembered everything, because Lord has a transcendental body and transcendental mind and transcendental soul, right? He remembers everything, but we don't remember anything. So that's because we are jivatmas, right? What we can remember, we can't even remember what we ate yesterday, right? And then one week back, what you did, like, around this time, you can't answer. You have to think for 1 hour, right? And forget about, like, what has happened 1 month back, 1 year back, and in previous birth, you don't even know that it existed, right? But Lord is not like that. Millions of years he actually existed. He's Anadi Ananta Rupa, right? He is Anadi. He existed since time immemorial. Since he is there, he remember everything. He knows everything. Okay, that's the reason actually he is giving this knowledge. So he's clarifying this one. So here Arjuna is asking this question. He's a great devotee, right? He's a great devotee. He's a constant company of Krishna. It's not that he doesn't know. He's not like completely blind like us, right? He is fully aware of that he is the Supreme Krishna, he is transcendental. But he is actually posing this question just for our sake. So the future, he knows the future is going to come Kali Yuga, and in Kali Yuga, more dumb people come, more foolish people come, and everybody claims that, like, I am God. So, or there is no God. This is the kind of people's nature in this world, right? That's majority is increasing actually. Like, there's no God is a that's a kind of population is increasing, right? So that's the reason actually he wanted to listen this from Lord himself. Like, what is the nature of Lord and why he appeared, right? That's the main thing actually. Like, why Lord um, is actually, like, he wanted to Lord to answer this question. And also it's a beautifully, like, Lord Brahma is also, like, praising Lord that about his different forms, right? There is a Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Ananta Rupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayavvanancha Vedeshu Durlabham Adurlabhamatma Bhakto Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Here the translation goes like this: I worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, who is the original person, absolute, infallible, without beginning, although expanded into unlimited forms. See, he doesn't have any of these things. Is is actually like an original person, right? And absolute truth, and is infallible. Is not like the fallible. Like, he has to take birth in this material world because of force, some because of our action. He is actually coming here his own will. Is infallible, and he doesn't have any beginning. Without beginning, he is the beginner. Although expanded into unlimited forms, he is actually expanded into unlimited forms. Okay, is still the same original, but the oldest, and the person always appearing as a fresh youth, Nava Yavvanancha. So, though he appeared in this world, and he may live like, hundreds years, thousands years, but he still look young. So he is a Nava Yavvanancha. That's the nature of the Lord. So Vedas also, like, confirming this one. In Vedas also it's mentioned in so many places that he has innumerable forms, but he is the only form. He is the only one. He is actually compared as a Vaidurya stone. Vaidurya stone actually shows different colors in the different based on the different environments. But this is the same stone actually. So he is compared with the Vaidurya stone. Okay, and so Krishna has a, like, transcendental nature, and we are Jivatma, right? And we have different body, and our body is changing every time. So birth to birth. Luckily, we are having human birth, human body this time, but we don't know what we would get in next birth. It is completely based on the karma, right? Karma actually kicks off. The time of death, whatever the kind of, like, consciousness we have, the consciousness we'll have based on what the time of death conscious what we the consciousness whatever we have is based on whatever practice we do the whole time, right? So that's what we remember. So based on that one, either you can take another human birth, or you can take any animal birth, we don't know, like, or we can leave this body and completely go back to the Godhead, right? These are the possibilities. So that's actually that's in our hand basically. So we are lucky right now, we are in Krishna consciousness. we have more chances of actually taking either human birth again as a great devotee or going back to Godhead. So let's utilize this actually opportunity very well. So when Lord appeared, the appearance is not actually normal appearance. That's what we discussed. It's a transcendental appearance. So a foolish person might think that, oh, he is also like ordinary person like us. He has taken birth and then he also left the body one time. What's the difference between me and him, right? So, but the difference is his transcendental body is like you can compare with sun appearance and disappearance, right? When actually every day sun is appearing and disappearing, right? Do you think that sun actually taken birth and sun died? No, right? So because of a geolocation, based on the location, we are sun is appearing in some place. Let's say the morning 6 a.m. in India is actually 6 p.m. in US, something like 12, around 12 hours of difference. But sun is appearing over there, and but sun is setting here. So he's taking birth there and he's dying here, right? Is that true? No, he's always there actually because of the location where he is. That it seems like he's appearing to us now, and then he's disappearing to someone else. That's the situation, right? So similarly, the same thing is actually happening. You need to take the analogy with the Lord also, Lord's appearance also. Lord is always there in his planet, right? So where does he live? He lives in the spiritual world. There is a beautiful map here actually. So if you see this map, this Goloka chart, right? This is the 90% is actually talking about spiritual planetary system, and around 10, maybe 15% is having the material realm, right? So Lord is actually is living, the original Lord Krishna is actually living in the Goloka Vrindavan, okay? And he has innumerable forms as we discussed, okay? And for every form that he has, there is actually separate loka called Vaikuntha Loka, okay? So Kunta means anxiety, and Vaikuntha means no anxiety. And what this material world is full of Kunta, right? Only Kuntas. So this material is full of anxiety, whereas where Lord is there is a Vaikuntha. There is no anxiety. Okay, so that's where actually Lord is having innumerable forms, and is always there actually. So whenever he wants to show some pastime, he wants to do some performance and help someone, he comes to this material world. He descends himself. He is actually, the figure is already there. He's not specially taking that form. That form is already there. Like Krishna is there, Rama is there, Narsinga is there. The forms are eternally there in respect to Vaikunthas. But he is taking, just is descending, is not taking birth actually, is descending to this material world to help us. Okay. So same as the sun actually, sun is always there in this material world. Is just rotating, but based on our, because of our limited eyesight, we think that is appearing and disappearing, but Krishna is always there. All his expansions are always there. So he's appearing here, that's all, but he's always there. And also is not impacted, influenced by the material world, the three modes of material nature. You can again take the sun's example. Let's say when you going on the street, usually here people take dogs on the streets, right? And what happens? Dogs, they don't have any discrimination. They feel nature call, then they do it, right? They urinate anywhere, right? On the open areas. And if you go there and you see the stinkiness, right? Then after 2 days you go there and see what happens. You don't see the stinkiness anymore. You see that it's all clear, as if there's nothing happened. That it is pure. How is that happened? It's happening because of the sun. The sun actually when sun rises is giving the sunshine, and is actually interacting with this material world, right? And this earthly planet is purifying this earth actually. So all that stinkiness gets evaporated, and then you see that cleanliness, right? So the sun is actually interacting with all the dirt here, but the sun is getting impacted? No. Though he is actually evaporating that stinkiness, sun is not actually he did not become dirt, or he did not become in fact influenced by the dirt, right? Similarly, when Lord enters into this material world, he is not actually influenced by these three modes of material nature. The three modes of material nature are called Raja, yeah, Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna. These three gunas are not actually influencing Lord. These are actually energies of Lord himself. Actually, Lord has three types of energies. What are they? One second. Marginal energy, which we are actually material energy, right? And the supreme, the energy. Okay, so this energy we are actually uh, this world is material energy. Okay, and we are actually enjoying that material energy. Okay, we are enjoying our, but at the same time we are also influenced by these three material nodes, right? So when Lord actually appeared, Lord Krishna, when Lord Krishna appeared, he appeared to Devaki in a jail, right? And when he appeared, in what form he appeared? He appeared with a four-handed form, right? Four-handed form. Did you see anyone actually appearing with a four-handed form, holding Shankar, Gada, Padma, right? It's not possible. And he's having nice dressing, yellow silk clothing, and mukut, everything, right? So did we any see like anywhere see anyone appearing like that? Only it's possible to Lord, for us we always see baby appearing as a small baby without any clothing and always crying. That's the nature of our birth. But when Lord is appearing, he is appearing with a full, complete, full picture, right? And when he appeared, actually, Devaki and Vasudeva both got they were happy, but they are also very frightened. Oh, I mean, Lord is appeared itself. If Kamsa knows, then Kamsa might come and kill him. This is because of the parental love. Who can kill Lord? No one can kill Lord. But when actually when you are in parental love, you forget that Lord is Lord. Then you feel this is my baby. Okay, my baby is going to be someone is going to harm me, right? That's the nature it comes. That's a material nature, right? So then the place where actual Lord is there is called spiritual, called also it's called as Sanatani. So basically the place called Sanatana. What is Sanatana? We also call so many times Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma means something that is never changing, right? So the Sanatana Dharma is never changing. So a statement is always true. Sun is rising on the east. This is always true. It never rises on the west. Correct? That never changes. That's Sanatana. So similarly, the qualities of soul is never going to change. So the Lord's things never going to change. This is Sanatana. So in the spiritual world, that's called Sanatana. That's never going to change. But material world is not like that. Material world is always changing. So this takes birth sometime and sustains for time and it destroys sometime, right? You see, the material world, it is appearing from the Lord, and of course sustaining for some time, and then after that, it's getting annoyed. So that's the nature of this one. So then, so Lord has taken so many avatars. Why is that Lord is taking so many avatars? So basically, yeah, preserve dharma. Yes. So Lord has taken so many avatars. What is avatara? We are now hearing these avatara words everywhere. Yeah. So avatara is actually the Lord who is there in the higher planetary system, higher area, is coming down to this material world for the higher purpose. That is to protect his devotees or establish dharma. That is called avatara, not avatara movie avatara. Okay. And of course there is avatara these days, even app there is a profile picture that's also called avatara, right? So the meaning is completely changed. Nobody knows actual meaning of avatara now. The avatara means it's a profile dp, right? So that's avatar actually. So this avatara, as we discussed, Lord Brahma said there are innumerable forms, right? But Srimad Bhagavatam is saying that the avatars are actually categorized as six categories. Okay, the six categories goes like this. uh, they are called Purusha avatars. Number one is Purusha avatara. and the Leela Avataras, Guna Avataras, Manvantara Avataras, Yuga Avataras, and Shakti Aveshara Avatar. Okay, let's see what is Purusha Avataras. There are three types of Purusha Avataras. How many? Three Purusha Avataras. They are called Karanodaka Shai Vishnu, Karana Odaka Shai Vishnu, Garbhodaka Shai Vishnu, and Kshirodaka Shai Vishnu. Okay, so who is what is Karana? Karanodaka Shai Vishnu. So causal ocean, Karana Udaka Shai, right? So as we discussed, we saw the chart, right? The chart has like almost 80 to 90% is spiritual world, and there is a material world, right? And there is a separator between spiritual world and material world. That separator is called Karana ocean. It's called Karana ocean or causal ocean. Okay, so the Karanodakashai Vishnu is lying down on the top of the Karana ocean. Okay, he's lying over there, and from his body emanating unlimited number of universes. From his body, as we have pores, right? So from these pores, a lot of bubbles are coming out. Those bubbles are actually universes. Okay, so he's lying down and then delivering this unlimited number of universes. Of course, it's called his breath. Okay, when he's breathing out, all the universes coming out. When he's breathing in, all gets again gets destroyed, right? That's what is breathing. So the breathing exercise, what he's doing, every time he's breathe, so then the universe is appearing, and the breath goes for like millions of years. And then when he takes out, breathe in again, then again another million years, we are actually in hibernate state. Okay, we are always there, but we are in hibernate state when actually the annihilation happens. So that's the Karanodakashai Vishnu. That's one of the Purusha avatar. Then from when actually universes come out from that force of Lord Karanodakashai Vishnu, then in each universe he enters as Garbhodakashai Vishnu. Okay, in each universe he enters as Garbhodakashai Vishnu. So from his body actually sweat comes, that actually forms as a Garbha ocean. The ocean name is called Garbha ocean. Okay, he lies down on that ocean, and from him, from his navel emanates a lotus. Okay, with a lotus stem. You can see that in the clear picture over there, right? Lord is lying down on the snake, and then is lying down, and from him actually the lotus flower is emanated, right? And in the lotus flower on top of that there is a Brahma. Okay, then the lotus stem has 14 planetary system actually, and the top 7 are actually Urtholokas, and then the Earth, and then there are lower planetary systems. Okay, so we are in Earth planet right now, right? So for this Garbhodakasha, to ruling this Garbha, this whole universe, Garbhodakashai Vishnu is the one taking care of it. Okay, and then that Garbhodakashai Vishnu actually again expands himself as a Kshirodakashai Vishnu, and he enters into each and every atom, and he is also called Paramatma. He is actually entered into every living entity, and as we know that we are soul, and how do we know that we are soul? Because we are acting. The moment we leave this body, the soul leaves body, then no action happens, right? So that soul is actually sitting in your heart region, wherever your heart is there. That's where that soul is sitting actually. In Shastras, it is actually explaining about the size of the soul. What is the size of the soul? Right. So the hair, if you take hair strand and take tip of that hair, is that visible? Not really visible to our eyes, right? And take the tip of the hair and make 100 pieces. And take that 100 pieces, not at all visible. And take that 100th piece again, make another 100 pieces. So that becomes one 10K size of the actual tip of the hair. That you can't really measure, but it is measurable. It has form, but since it's not visible to us, we are thinking that it's not actually form, not form, right? But that as the activity, that is actual principle of that soul. That soul is actually existing in the region of that heart, right? And along with the soul, there is one more person sitting beside that one. that person is actually Paramatma. That Kshirodakshai Vishnu entered into each and every atom. He also sitting in just beside you, and what is he doing? He's watching you. He's watching you what you are desiring, right? You are desiring every day so many things, and he's watching, and he's also sanctioning if you are qualified. Okay, so we think that we are the doer. When you want to lift hand, you are lifting hand, right? But who is lifting this hand? Not you. Who is lifting? The nature is lifting. The Prakriti actually lifting for you on the order of the Supreme Soul. So when the moment you think of that lifting hand, then actually the super soul just sitting beside you is observing, oh, okay, my soulmate wanted to lift his hand. Hey, nature, can you actually help him? Then the nature acts actually, lifts your hand. Okay. The moment Lord's Paramatma thinks that he doesn't want to do act, then you can't lift your hand. So that's the situation. So for everything that's happening, it's happening with the permission of the Supreme. Unless he permits, you can't do any action in this material world. But you are is allowing to do any activity because of your free will, if you are qualified only, right? So the moment actually you are not qualified, you are not actually given the permission. So that is actually Kshirodakashai Vishnu, also called Paramatma. He is actually lying on the milk ocean. There is actually, you can see in the picture also, the Kshirodakashai Vishnu in the top. In the circle, there is actually one more picture of Kshirodakashai Vishnu, small Kshirodakashai Vishnu. Okay, so is actually when any expansion happening in this material world, that's the one actually is coming. We all know that Lord Venkateshwara. How many of you know Lord Venkateshwara? Everybody knows. Lord Venkateshwara is the expansion of this Kshirodakashai Vishnu. Okay, so whenever how do you know that we think that Venkateshwara Swami Vishnu, right? This is how is Vishnu. Is actually expansion of Lord Krishna himself, but from Kshirodakashai Vishnu is actually expanded as Lord Venkateshwara. And then the next category of avatar is called Leela avatars. There are many Leela avatars like Kumaras, Naradas, Varas. What is the purpose of Leela avatars? They come to enact some pastimes. Krishna enacted so many pastimes. Similarly, there are so many avatars coming and doing some activity to help us for different purpose. And the whole purpose of any avatar is to teach a lesson to us and bring them back to the spiritual world. That's the whole purpose, right? And then Guna avatars. Again, Guna avatars, there are three Guna avatars. Three Guna avatars, what are they? Three Guna. There are three Gunas, mode of goodness, Satvika Guna, Raja Guna, and Tamas Guna. For each of these three, there is God called Vishnu, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Right? These three are actually Guna, based on the Guna. This is called Guna avatars. Okay. So Lord himself actually expanded as Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva. Okay. Vishnu is to sustenance. He is a maintainer of this material world, and then Lord Shiva is actually destroyer of this world, and then Lord Brahma is creator of this world. Okay, these three important activities has to always be running, otherwise it's not going to work as it is, right? Brahma is doing just creation, is keep on creating, but who is maintaining? So the planet has to go in this orbit. Okay, then everything has to grow and the seasons has to come, and sun has to go in this particular order. All this happening because of the maintenance. The maintainer is Lord Vishnu, and after certain time, then it has to get annihilated. Who is doing that job? Lord Shiva is doing that job, right? So for after every window, there is actually annihilation. Like after after Manvantara, after Yuga itself, as we discussed, there is Chatur Yuga. In Chatur Yuga, there are 4 yugas. After every yuga, there is an annihilation period. So some period actually a lot of destruction happens, right? So we have seen recently one destruction, annihilation in Los Angeles, right? There's a big wildfire. I think it destroyed almost 27,000 acres of land. And here, it's around 20,000 houses are burned into ashes, and maybe like $250 billion of property loss. And insurances are lifted their hands. They don't have money to help these guys. Okay, they have only 50 billions of dollars in their insurance companies, but the loss is 250 billion dollars. How can they actually do? So no insurance can help. See, in this world, actually, all the people are so much frightened, right? So they are taking so many insurance. They want like a health insurance, house insurance, auto insurance, insurance for everything. This is out of fear. Of course, I'm not saying you should not take. You should still follow all the policies. But any policy actually, whatever insurances you take, it's not end of the day. It's not going to help. The only insurance actually we have is Nam. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When you take shelter of Lord's name, He is the one actually protecting you always. And at the end of His life, He is going to take you back to His Godhead, right? That's actually Guna avatars, three Guna avatars. And then Manvantara avatars. As we discussed, there are 14 Manvantaras, right? And for each Manvantara, there is a ruler, basically. It's Manvantara starts with particular Manu, right? Along with that one, there is a expansion. Actually, Lord also expands, takes a different form, actually. He gives avatara in that Manvantaras also. There are like around, for 14 Manvantaras, there are 14 different avataras. And apart from that, you have Yuga avatars. Yuga avatars, how many Yuga you have? 4 Yugas, right? Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. For each of these yugas, also Lord has different avatars. In Satya Yuga, we have Narsinga Dev and Matsya Avatara, all those. And in Treta Yuga, we have Lord Ram and who else? Parshuram and Vamana. These are actually Treta Yuga avatars. In Dwapara Yuga, Lord Krishna, Lord Balaram. And in Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the next one is coming is Kalki. It's another 400,000 to come to the Kalki avatar, right? So those are actually Yuga avatars. Then apart from that, the last category of avatar is called Shaktya Vesha avatars. What are they? Shaktya Vesha avatars. These are actually, majority of the time, these are innumerable. These are innumerable avatars. Okay, there's no count. These are actually Lord, it could be Jivatmas also. Jivatmas empowered with certain qualities, certain power, like Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva is a literary incarnation of the Lord. He is a Jivatma himself, but Lord empowered him. So he is also called avatar of Krishna. Like Narada is actually Bhakti. He's preaching Bhakti, right? Even Lord Brahma, in a way, you can consider it as the Shaktavesha avatar. He is a creator. He is a Jivatma. Lord Brahma is also Jivatma. One day you can also become Lord Brahma, right? But you can't become Shiva, you can't become Vishnu, but you can become Brahma. That's the opportunity you have if you practice certain things, right? So there are again, as I said, there are innumerable forms of this Shakta Vesha avatars. Okay, so all these avatars, again, there are 10 prominent avatars that we know. It's called Dashawataras. Okay, there is a beautiful song written by Jayadev Goswami, right? You know that song? A beautiful song. The song goes like, we know the pretty much this one. तव कर कमलवरेण खमद्भुतशृङ्गं दलितहिरण्यकशिपूतनुभृङ्गं केशवद्रीता नरहरिरूप केशवद्रीता नरहरिरूप जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे. This is actually one of the stanza in the Dashavatara. This Dashavatara is called Ashtapadi in Gita Govinda. It's written by Jayadev Goswami. He has very beautiful Ashtapadis in this particular thing. So he actually explained the 10 Dashawataras. In these 10 Dashawataras, actually, he did not mention Krishna. He mentioned Balarama. Because Krishna is not avatar, he is not expansion. He is actually the original person. So he is a great devotee of Krishna, he knows actually. All his Gita Govinda songs, actually, in Jagannath temple. He is from Orissa. Actually, in the last days, actually spent his time in the Jagannath Puri time, that one. So Lord personally actually came and he wanted actually his Gita Govinda to be sung every day in the temple for him. Every day it was sung actually. Very beautiful time, beautiful songs actually. So the Ashtapadi is mainly about discussing about Krishna, Radharani, and Gopikas, the conjugal love affair of these personalities, right? So this is actually like nicely presented in the songs. Actually, there is a one beautiful song. Actually, I will sing that and then we'll conclude that one, right? So one of the stanza it goes in one of the Ashtapadis called चंदन चर्चित नील कलेबर पीतवसन वनमाली चंदन चर्चित नील कलेबर पीतवसन वनमाली केली चलन मणिकुंडल मंडित गंडयुग स्मितसाली हरिरिह मुग्धवधूनि करे विलासिनी विलसति केली परे चंदन चर्चित नील कलेबर पीतवसन वनमाली. This is one of the stanza in one of the Ashtapadis actually. So it's all very beautiful actually. It's actually like praising Lord's beautiful qualities and the affair between Radharani and Gopis. Okay. Yeah, this is about actually. There's a lot to talk about Lord. It's never ending. But I will conclude here. Any questions or comments are welcome.
Dear devotees, any questions or comments or reflections you want to share? Or on online and in the temple room?
I think I did not explain properly, so no one understand it.
It's so
No
clear,
questions.
Prabhu. It is so clear, Prabhu.
Or else it's very clear. Okay. Thank you so much, dear.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Wonderful class. Thank you for nicely explaining and glorifying the Lord.
Thank
Yeah. Now we're moving on to the next part of our program. Arati. Today Arati is going to perform by Jai Shubhadra Mataji and Kirtan by His Grace Vasant Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu, we have. Yeah, we have harmonium, Prabhu will bring. Yeah, sure. Yeah. The harmonium, should I get it from there? Oh, yeah. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Oh, come out, okay. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale
Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatyadishatarine
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Jaya Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Radhe.
Jai
Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Radhe. Jaya Sita Ram, Jaya Sita Ram, Jaya Lakshman Hanuman.
Sita Ram, Jaya Sita Ram, Jaya Sita Ram,
Jaya
Jaya
Lakshman
Lakshman
Hanuman. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद महाराज की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की वृंदावन धाम की मथुरा धाम की नवद्वीप धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की इस्कॉन ऑफ सीडर पार्क की गंगा माई की यमुना माई की तुलसी देवी की भक्ति देवी की संकीर्तन यज्ञ की बृहद मृदंग बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन प्रोग्राम की समवेत भक्त वृंद की गौर प्रेमानंदे all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Namaste Narasingaya.
Namaste.
Namaste Narasingaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Pralada Lada Daine.
Praladadadadayine.
Namaste Narasingaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Lada Lada Daine.
Ladadadadayine.
Hiranyakashipurvakshaha.
Hiranyakashipurvakshaha.
Shilatankanakalaye.
Shilatankanakalaye.
Ito Narsingo Parato Narsingo.
Narsimho Parato Narsimho.
Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsingo.
Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimho.
Hare Narsingo Hridaye Narsingo.
Pahe Narsimho Hridaye Narsimho.
Narsinga Madim Sharanam Prapade.
Simhamadim Sharanam Prapade.
Tavakara Kamala Vare Naka Abhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bhringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare.
Tavakara Kamala Varenaka Adhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bhringa Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare.
Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare.
Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa
Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Narsinga De Jaya Narsinga De Jaya Narsinga De Jaya Narsinga De
Jaya Narsimha Dev Jaya Narsimha Dev Jaya Narsimha Dev Jaya
Narsinga De Jaya Pralat Maharaj Jaya Pralat Maharaj Jaya Pralat Maharaj Jaya Pralat Maharaj.
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol.
Jai Gaura Hari
Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora हरि बोल जय जय प्रभुपा 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 जय जय प्रभुपा
Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
नरसिंह देव भगवान की प्रहलाद महाराज की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरे बोल।